You guys requested how to embroider flowers on shorts, and we delivered. So today you're gonna find out how to embroider flowers on shorts. All right, so before we jump in, I just want to remind you guys that if you have any questions at all throughout the video, to go ahead and leave a comment below and we'll get back to you with an answer. And I also wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed so far. If you're new here, welcome. If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and click subscribe, and don't forget to tap on the little bell icon so you can get notified next time we post a video and you will not miss a thing. All right, guys, so why is this important and why are we doing a whole episode on how to embroider flowers on shorts? Can't I just hoop this entire area and get my flowers on shorts? Well, actually, the answer is no, because if you do that, then you're going to sew through the pocket. So how did I get this embroidery just on the pocket alone? And for those of you who know the answer, obviously it's the 8-in-1 device. Now these are similar to fast frames. What they are is just a frame that are interchangeable on this bracket, and that you can just kind of slide in, and it can help you get into those very hard to reach areas. Because yes, you can embroider shorts if they don't have pockets, then you're good to go. You can use your regular hoop and embroider the entire thing through. But if they have pockets, and the traditional thing is to, embroider through the pocket so it doesn't, show. Not embroider through the pocket, sorry. But yeah, so basically what we're going to do today is learn some tips on how to use the 8-in-1, because a lot of people, specifically for shorts and pockets, because a lot of people have trouble with this because sometimes the pocket might be a little bit too small, or you see like your design is, let's say you have a longer design and your hoop moves a lot, then you might have loss of registration because it'll be moving around your garment. So I'm going to teach you a few tips that I use that will help you make sure that this is not moving and you get this high quality embroidery. All right, so I'm just going to quickly go over the materials that we're going to be using for this particular project. I'm going to start with my 8-in-1 device. Now this itself is the hoop that you're going to insert into your bracket. The same way that you would insert a regular hoop. You don't even have to adjust. You just insert it, and then you have your 8 interchangeable frames. And I'm going to use this one because this one's perfect for pocket embroidery, as you see here. So it would be able to get through a sewing arm because this is a little bit of a stretchier short. So do keep that in mind. It will be limited based on your actual garment itself. So when you're picking out shorts, if you're going to do, for instance, shorts, try to pick stretchier ones because that's going to help you get through the sewing arm, because remember, your sewing arm still needs to fit in here. And this is plenty of space, so this will be fine. And then, of course, we have our scissors, snips for cleanup. We have binder clips. You can also use pins. We're going to use binder clips for this video, but you can also use pins, and I'm going to explain why you will need that when we take it over to the machine. And then I also have tape. This is going to help keep your fabric secure. This is just a tip of mine. I'll explain why you need it when we get back to the machine. And then we have adhesive tearaway stabilizer. That's a stabilizer you're going to be needing with these hoops. This is sulky sticky backing, but you can use whichever one works for you. And then, of course, you have your garment. So I'm just going to go ahead and back my frame. All right, so as you can see, I have torn it away. I have this is my stabilizer, and this is just a paper part that you can discard. And now you need to have the sticky side up. And we're going to grab our hoop. Let me move the shorts out of the way. I like to just place it flat. It's easier for me that way. And back it just so that it covers the entire area of the hoop. And of course that it's flat. And then you're going to fold over. And that's going to help create a little bit of a base and create a little more support. So don't forget to fold it over. I would recommend folding it over before tearing it. Some people just tear it this way. I don't recommend that. I recommend actually just folding it over. Either way, it'll still work, but this kind of gives it a little more support. All right, so you can choose to insert the hoop first as is to the machine, and then put your garment, or you can choose to first like put it under your garment and then insert it. I'm gonna do it this way instead. I'm just gonna insert this and then insert the shorts. So we're ready to bring it over to the machine. Let's go. All right, so here I have my 8-in-1 hoop. This is the, I guess, bracket that you're going to attach each frame to. And you're just going to insert it into the flat arm brackets the same way that you would insert a regular hoop. Making sure, of course, that it's sitting flush on your brackets. So here I have my frame with the backing, and I'm just going to go ahead and insert it now onto the hoop. All right, so I have the 8-in-1 device inserted into the machine. Now I'm going to insert the frame, and I'm just going to first loosen this counterclockwise by rotating counterclockwise, just so that the frame can slide underneath comfortably, and that the 2 holes on the frame will match up with the pegs. And then we're going to go here and tighten this by rotating clockwise, and make sure that you are tightening it very tight so that it doesn't move around. All right, so I have my design already selected, but I'm going to make a few adjustments on the panel because I want this design to show up on the other side of the short now, because I want them to match. So I'm going to actually flip the design so that it's facing this way, and I'll show you how you can do that on your panel. I'm going into design set, and I'm just going to click on the second option on the first column, and then I'm just going to click on this kind of like a backwards F, and that's going to flip the design, and I'm going to press OK, and now the rose is facing that way, and they're going to be facing each other. So I want to urge you guys to choose a hoop that is larger than your design. That way you know that your machine is not going to tell you that it can't embroider if your machine has that function. And of course, you're going to have to manually center anyway. So I'm going to show you how I do that. And so I have my hoop C selected on this machine. Yours may be different, but this is exactly the hoop that I'm going to be using to know that I'm not going to hit the frame. All right, so I'm going to open up my pocket, and I'm going to insert it, making sure, of course, that this is going through the sewing arm. I'm making sure that that is in the center, and the hoop actually has a little notch right here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it has like a little notch that is directly the center. That'll help you with centering, because it does get a little tricky when you don't have your preset hoops on your machine, if your machine has that. But this is my little trick that works really well for me, because do keep in mind that you're going to need a trace, and the tracing is probably what's going to offset your garment a little bit. So, and remember that it's going to be moving around, so you need to be able to make sure that when your machine is tracing, that it's not moving too much, because that can cause loss of registration and you can ruin your garment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 2 pieces of electrical tape. Grab as much as you need to make sure that it's secure. And you can use stronger tape too if you want. And I'm just placing it over the garment and the bracket, just to make sure it's just a little reinforcement so that it doesn't move around as much. And it also helps to mark the frame. So I like to do it like right where the frame is, so that I know that my hoop will not be hit. So I know that the needle is not going to hit the frame. So there's that. And then I like to use my binder clips. You can also use needles pins, and put them on the side like this, so you can see the actual frame. As you can see here, when I make this little mark, you can see that the frame is right here. So you definitely don't want your needle to crash against that. I'm going to use binder clips, because that helps me see better and doesn't get in my way. All right, so I marked my fabric off camera right where I want it in the center, and I used my needle number 1 to trace. So I held this down as I was tracing, and that helped me make sure that there was no obstruction here with the hitting the frame. And now if you want, you can take off the binder clips. So I'm just gonna leave them on. And yeah, we're ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and press start. All right, guys, I am super excited to showcase my masterpiece. I took these boring shorts and turned them into cute shorts with red flowers that are in line with today's fashion. So this was a request from one of our viewers. If you guys want to see more of these types of videos, more about the 8-in-1, or just watching us show you guys how we do these projects, then let us know. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. And by the way, I just wanted to remind you guys that if you have not signed up for our newsletter yet, I'm actually gonna link that below. I find it to be very helpful. It's filled with tips, videos, and articles. So just go ahead and subscribe and you'll get some tips sent to your inbox every month. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button below and to subscribe to our channel. And I also want to invite you guys to our Facebook community, Embroidery and Custom Apparel Mastery. In there you can chat with me and you can chat with thousands of other embroiderers. You can share expert advice if you are an expert, or any advice that you have on machine embroidery. And you can also ask any questions and get a bunch of comments and responses from other experts in the field. So go ahead and click on the link to join. Don't forget to sign up for our newsletter, click on the link and like. I know it's a lot of things, but don't forget, you won't regret it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. So I just broke a nail. Don't embroider with nails and you end up with this crazy mess.